come from. Why now? Why like today? Also, my dogs are kind of doing something over here. I really don't want them to be doing this, but okay. Anyway, let me tell you the story about how I make money in the countryside. And it hasn't all started this way, of course. Like you gotta know that. But if you live in the countryside and if you were literally born in one, fine. Still, like the same story is for you, okay? What I want to tell you is that living in the countryside and making money in the countryside is definitely possible. The city life, we invented it. Like, we don't have to strictly follow it. Like, if you don't feel like living there, if it suffocates you, if it suffocates the soul within you, leave, dude. I had no excuses to stay. Like, when you are about to create a very comfortable environment for yourself, your brain will come up with a million reasons not to. Because you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But honestly, be honest with yourself. Do you really have to do all that for yourself? Because if you think of yourself first, then none of that matters. None of these reasons matter. So, how I make money living in the countryside. Number one, I have always known that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be free, wake up here, wake up whenever I want to, do whatever I want to, have dogs that are, I don't know if you see them right now, but they're just like playing around right now. I have 3 dogs. And I just want to have, my plan was always to have less stress. Of course, we all stress. It's normal in 2023. We all try to achieve something and everything got super expensive, inflation and everything. Of course we stress, but we got to make sure that we stress the least possible, okay? So let me start with, technically I'm a city girl. I was born and raised in a city. Compared to other cities in the world, my city is just a little town. Nothing too special, surrounded by the mountains. Surrounded by the mountains and valleys and so on. But still, it's a city that lives off of negativity. Like, people love negativity so much they can feel it in the air. I'm an empath. Couldn't stand it. I was like, you know what? Bye. And I went to the mountains for the first time. I have been teaching English online ever since 2014. And this is something everybody can do to make some money on the side. Now, there are other ways to make money online now in 2023. In 2014, we couldn't really choose that much. But still, I chose to teach English online. And that's how I started. That's how I made some money to move to the mountains. And while being in the mountains, I decided to continue building my own business, and I had no idea how. And what I learned from this particular person on Instagram that I don't really follow anymore, I'm thankful that I learned so much from him, but since this whole Palestine-Israel thing, I saw him being super quiet about it, so I was like, I'm sorry, but I can't. He taught me a lot about how to turn attention into money. So I was like, okay, if I want to stop teaching English, $10 an hour, $15. I used to teach English and I made $30 an hour. I worked for so many different Chinese companies. It was really great. But I got tired. I used to do 14 hours of classes a day. It's too much, right? So I got totally burnt out. And I was like, okay, if I want to work less and make more, what am I supposed to do? So I decided to listen to his advice, and his advice was, get some attention. So I started posting videos on Instagram about English. I taught people English through my Instagram videos. Ever since I started posting about that, I went viral, over 30,000 followers within a few months. It's crazy. And I started making more money. People started asking me to create videos for them. Like, it was different companies that asked me to create English content for them so they could post it too, because they saw that my personality actually attracted a lot of people, not only to follow me, but to actually be my clients and pay for one-on-one or group classes with me. So yeah, I did a lot of content for them. That's how I stopped teaching. That's how I stopped giving classes, and I turned to content. And we all know that content in 2023 and 2024 is the main thing, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So it was like UGC back then, but I didn't know it was called UGC. I created so many different videos for them. for their Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts, and that's how I gained them followers too, for their companies. Yes, those were my competitors because I had my own English teaching academy too at that time, but I didn't care. I just wanted to make money, right? And our target audiences were different, so it was good. Next thing, something happened to my Instagram and it all just kind of fell apart. Never put all of your eggs into one basket, trust me. Never do that. I relied on the English teaching industry so much that I thought, that's it, I'm gonna be rich forever. No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that. In 2016, 2017, at the time I was doing that, you couldn't really put all of your eggs into one basket, but 2023 is a bit different. I think it's much better, much more, the grounds are stronger right now. So, yeah. Anyway, I started creating content, and instead of making $30 an hour, I went to $100, $150, or $200 an hour, because it would take me an hour to create one Instagram reel or, things like that. Sit down, plan it, write it, shoot it, edit it, send it, an hour in total. So going from $30 an hour to $100, $150, and $200 an hour was really great for someone who lives in the countryside, okay? Especially in Europe, where people's salaries sometimes are like $500 in total, tops. This is my country's situation right now. People in my country currently make around $600 a month, tops. Yep. So imagine how much money I had as a teenager and someone who was living in the countryside, like the mountains, right? But it all fell apart. It all fell apart because my Instagram somehow died out. The algorithm just shut it down. Over 30,000 followers, I was getting no views. I don't understand. I did my best to build my YouTube channel at the time, English with Anella. It just didn't work. And I was so burnt out that I decided to I stopped doing it all, and I had my savings, and I was running out of it, and I was so stressed out. I was so stressed you wouldn't believe. Next thing you know, I started posting content for my own country. So keep in mind, the content that I posted ever since 2014 until 2020 was for the world. It was for Brazil, Russia, Japan, people from all over the world. And then, for some reason, I posted a few TikToks and they went viral in my country. I posted TikToks talking about life in general. It was nothing English related. It was just life in general. Dude, when I tell you that me talking about relationships, marriages, relationships between mothers and daughters, mothers and sons, family relationships, would get me famous, I wasn't planning on doing that. I'm just someone who comes from a very broken family. And I decided to talk about it. I decided to talk about why I have no boyfriend, why I don't want to have a boyfriend, because I was single for like 6 years straight. I started talking about it, and people were just all like, oh, we want her. We want her. I was like, don't you already know this? Because I thought I was sharing my feelings with the people who already knew stuff like this, But turns out people had no idea. I'm still shocked how the basic knowledge is still not here in my country. Like people, like women's rights, not a thing here. The right to divorce someone who's beating you up, not a thing here. Like, mothers actually in my country teach their daughters to keep it quiet if their husband beats them. Because it's a shame. Nobody should know about that. And it's okay. You got a roof over your head. Don't divorce him. It's okay that he's beating you up. This is my country's mentality, dude. So I spoke about it, and everybody just went straight to me. I ended up being on TV, podcasts, all kinds of stuff you wouldn't believe. And I was like, okay, now that I got the attention, 150,000 followers on TikTok, over 50,000 followers on Instagram, what can I do? What I do the best, teach English. So I decided to create not a course, but an online academy for people to learn English and German here in the Balkans. So we do classes but just conversational classes. No books, no textbooks. I don't have to worry about the materials, the content. They just come and talk, and they have some coffee and they chat. I do some classes. I hired some people to do them. I didn't hire them right away. I had to do the classes myself for like a year, until I was like, I can't do them no more, because I have so many clients and I have like, I don't have the time, right? So I decided to start hiring people. I hired some people from the United States, Chris from Florida, love this guy, Molly, like people were so, like I'm so grateful for them. So they would teach people from the Balkans English, and then people started asking for the same thing, but in German. So I decided to provide them with a German course also. And they pay a monthly subscription. It's a monthly subscription thing. They pay 60 euros, which is around $65 a month. And they have around 30 classes a month. It pays off, trust me. I can do less, but like, this is great. People love it. So this is my main income right now. This is my main income right now. The English course, danielaacademy.com. That's the website. And like, I still don't have courses for foreigners. I really don't, because this whole course is based on the Bosnian language. I mean, we don't use Bosnian to teach people English, but it's for the local people. If I create something for you guys, I'm going to let you know, I promise. I just want to share my experience right now, right? So like, this monthly subscription is everything, but I'm lucky to have been working in the English industry for 10 years. I know what I'm doing, right? So if there's something that you know how to do really well, first, go online, get some attention from people. I don't know, post videos about anything every single day. You will go viral. You have to. Like, people nowadays just scroll through their phones 24/7, right? So there's no way for you not to go viral. Talking about something that you know exactly what you're talking about. That's number one. Get some attention, and then turn that attention into money, either through a monthly subscription or you know, things like that. Right now, I'm using Squarespace. Squarespace! Mwah! This is not a sponsored video, because I have 63 subscribers on YouTube. I'm not sponsoring anyone. I'm just telling you what actually truly is going on. Squarespace has been my thing ever since, I don't know. I love Squarespace. I love Squarespace. They offered me with everything I literally need. Yeah. And now, talking about this, can you believe that this video that I'm going to post for you guys actually helped me a lot right now, because I'm used to being burnt out, and I brought this energy here into this countryside. And I constantly think that I'm burnt out. I constantly think that I don't have enough energy for life anymore. But talking about my success to you right now made me realize, holy shit, you've gone so far. What is wrong with you? Be grateful. Thank you, Lord. Look at these mountains. Look at the freedom that I have. Yeah, I'm going to show you these mountains, like, in a minute. Alhamdulillah. Anything is possible in 2023. I need you to know that. I need you to know that the only reason I am here today, the only reason somebody asks me in the comments, like, I wonder what you do to get the expensive equipment. Bro, I never started with this. This is the byproduct of everything I've done so far. So basically, I started with a very old laptop, like $500. Then I started with Eraser, $2,000, and this one, $2,600. It took me 10 years to get to this one. And now my videos are exporting this fast, and I'm super grateful. And I wouldn't be able to have it without actually working hard and being persistent, you know? Everybody can do this. Oh, there's my fam and my third dog. Phew, you gotta see this. Hold on. Hey, stop! Sani, muso je. Hajde, babi, ti piški kaki. Ode ti. Sorry, I had to show you that. I don't know what's the last thing I said. I really don't know, but I just want to... My dog's pooping. Oh, God. My dog's legit pooping right... Oh, my God! Did you see that? He's peeing Samo hodaj I on će te pratit. Zovi ih. Hajde. This is not Russian, but it's similar to Russian. Now, I have no idea what was the last thing I said, but I'm telling you, living in the countryside and making a lot of money and being at peace, because you don't have to spend that much living here, because we all get our crops, okay, is the go-to life. Like, I'm telling you, I don't ever want to go back to the city. I want to go to the city as, you know, a very classy lady who lives here, makes a lot of money, and goes to the city just for fun. Cities are not to live in. The energy in cities is just, I mean, of course, not everybody thinks the same, but this is my energy. And if your energy matches mine, you have nothing to think about. Find a place in the countryside, move to the countryside, and that's it. That's it. And if it's hard to do that in your country, come to Bosnia and Herzegovina. This is my second time inviting you in. You can buy a piece of land for like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. That cheap. That cheap. Build a little wooden cottage house for like $5,000 or $6,000. That cheap, yes. Don't even overthink it. Just do it. Maybe we shall meet one day.